Hey guys, it's Shelby, and today I wanted to go over some do's and don'ts for a sustainable Valentine's Day. Also, before I forget to address where I'm sitting in front of my plant wall, and also that I'm wearing pink, just attempting to be a little bit more festive, so can I get a thumbs up for that? I got a lot of requests for this video over the last couple weeks, so I figured I'd sit down, come up with a list of the most common things people do on Valentine's Day, and explain a little bit about why they're not sustainable or the unsustainable aspects of it, and give a better solution to those things. We'll talk about all of them. Stay tuned so that you hear all the tips that I have, and let's just get into it. First thing I think we should not be doing for a sustainable Valentine's Day in terms of the environment, but also in terms of your health, is going out to eat for Valentine's Day. If you've ever tried to go out to eat on Valentine's Day, or if you've ever tried to pick up food on Valentine's Day, it is one of the busiest days of the year for restaurants. So honestly, the don'ts for this year include don't go out to eat because pandemic. Fast side note, my sister actually recently started working COVID ICU, and so her experience in seeing what these patients are going through, it just brought a whole new light to it for me. So I wanted to put that number one. Please don't go out to eat. It's much more fun to make something at home. So the sustainable do for this one would obviously be to make something at home that's more fun. There are a ton of ideas that you can get on Pinterest. Personally, I want to try to make a lasagna in the shape of a heart. Just something I came up with recently, and I think it would be really, really fun to make. Also, now I'm really hungry for lasagna. But making a meal together can be so much fun, and also can be much more healthy, and you can source ingredients locally, whereas a lot of restaurants aren't able to do that. You can also go and get things package free. You can avoid animal products considering you're making it yourself, and I just think it can be an all-around more sustainable experience to cook for yourself, and also more fun. And if you're staying in, you can have a glass of wine or 2 or 3 and not have to worry about driving home, which I think we might do a live stream on Valentine's Day of us doing that. And if you are looking for a more sustainable wine company, I actually just found out about this brand called Haus. Well, I've been testing them out for over a month actually. If you were following me on Instagram, you would have seen whenever I use their packaging to repurpose for a gift box for my cousin. But I've been testing them out because they asked me if they could sponsor a video, so I always try to thoroughly vet them. And I really, really like this brand because they use very limited natural ingredients. All of their ingredients are real ingredients right there on the back for you to read, and the taste is also top notch. And since Haus is a farm to bottle brand, they make sure that they know all of the ingredients that are going into your bottle. Every ingredient is responsibly sourced from farmers that Haus has vetted, and most of the ingredients are organic and biodynamically farmed. They use a lot of raw fruits and vegetables and herbs, as you can imagine, and those food scraps do get composted at their facility, which is a huge thumbs up for me. Very little that's going to waste over at Haus. And what I really, really, really liked about them, and just want to brag on them, is there was no plastic or styrofoam when they delivered these bottles to me. I mean, aside from this bottle being incredibly, incredibly aesthetically pleasing, it's obviously glass. So to be able to deliver it completely plastic free, I thought their packaging was really, really innovative. Just cardboard, I was incredibly impressed by that. And their boxes were really high quality in general, so I will be able to use them for Christmases to come. That flavor I've been enjoying the most is peach and passion fruit, so it's like sweet and tangy, really great to mix into a spirits? How do you say that word? Spritz? So I've just recently fallen in love with the brand and wanted to recommend it to you guys, since Valentine's Day is kind of, centered around getting cozy at home. So if you want to get 15% off of your Haus order, you can just use code Shelbizleee. I'll have it linked at the very top of the description. Thank them so much for partnering with me because I have become a big fan. So what else should you do and not do for a sustainable Valentine's Day? Huge don't that we're not doing on Valentine's Day. Okay, we're not doing this. We're not buying fast fashion lingerie. Say it with me. I won't do it. I used to do this when I was in my early 20s, and whether I intended to only use that item once or not, cheap fast fashion lingerie literally rips the first time you put it on. I don't know, has anyone else had this experience? It's just cheap quality crap. Obviously, there's a ton of issues with fast fashion, but it's also just like low quality, not special, just shitty stuff, you know what I mean? Let's not do that this Valentine's Day, can we not? What you can do if you want to purchase lingerie, if you feel the need to do so, because you could also just not do it. But But if you want to, you can support sustainable brands, which I have a whole blog post actually about sustainable lingerie linked below. Last year, I bought lingerie from a brand called Claire Bear, and she actually uses all upcycled materials, or mostly I think, and she's also able to do custom orders, which is what I did, and I really liked it and got use out of it, not only one time, but also on my honeymoon. I'm just saying. But there are also probably a ton of Etsy sellers who can make custom items for you from reused materials that can also be size inclusive, custom to you, and just a lot more special, something that you would get more use out of than just wearing it once. So do buy more sustainable and ethical brands if you do choose to purchase anything at all, because you could just not buy any of it, honestly. Don't purchase any Valentine's Day candy that A, has animal products in it, and B, is packaged in way too much plastic, ribbon, glitter. All the packaging around Valentine's Day is obnoxious, to say the least, just to give to someone so that they can eat the candies out of it and then throw it away. Not cool. A lot of the candy that you see at like your big box stores are owned by giant conglomerate brands, which have imposed many human rights violations and just so many things that are detrimental also to the environment. So if you can avoid supporting those brands, just don't do it. The do is obviously to support sustainable candy brands. I'm just gonna show you what I found at Central Market last time I went real quick. Hold on. So I recently filmed the trip to Central Market. If you missed that vlog, I'll link it up here. But it's the best grocery store in San Antonio. Obviously it's Valentine's Day, so I want to check out the candy section. Look how many different vegan, fair trade, plastic-free candy brands I found. This is incredible. This is the one I'm most excited about. It's made with oat milk chocolate in paper. There is aluminum in here, but that is recyclable. But I also have a blog post below of sustainable candy brands. So check that out if you're looking for recommendations. Support a brand that is doing things that align with your values. Also, making your own sweets. I mean, I'm really not that much of a sweet person in general.
Look how many different vegan, fair trade, plastic-free candy brands I found.
I feel like experiences like this, or occasions like this I should say, like Valentine's Day, is the perfect opportunity if you like things like that to take the extra time to make something extra special. So just don't support unsustainable, giant conglomerate, unethical candy brands, and instead, make your own or support sustainable brands. I'm about to blow your mind, okay? But let me just say first off, don't buy roses. Now, growing up, my mom did always love roses. She loved to get the roses from my dad. Every Valentine's Day, she looked forward to it. But let me know if you're someone who even likes roses, because personally, it's like the last flower I would want to be gifted. The reason I'm telling you not to buy roses is because they actually have a monstrous carbon footprint that you may have never thought about, because it's a natural thing. It grows naturally. It's compostable, right? Yes, but there's more to the story. 30 cargo jets, okay? Not just like a regular old plane, a cargo jet. 30 cargo jets fly from Colombia to Miami every day in the 3 weeks leading up to the big day, and a similar amount fly out from Ecuador. 60 cargo jets every single day flying from South America to Miami, and then most of those roses get distributed from Miami all across the states. Not only are there all these cargo jets having to be transported and then transported again, they have to be refrigerated the whole way. This amounts to more than 15,000 tons of flowers delivered in less than a month. And the International Council on Clean Transportation crunched the numbers last year and estimated that those 3 weeks of flower delivery burns approximately 114 million tons of fuel, emitting 360,000 metric tons of CO2. Obviously, roses are being transported all the time, and this is always happening, but just for Valentine's Day, it's really, really exacerbated because so many people want roses. Something you can do is maybe buy someone a rose bush, something that they can have forever. I know that my sister's husband has done that for her in the past. You can also go and get flowers from a local farmer, so check and see who's growing what grows in your local area. It's so interesting that in today's society, we've become so disconnected to what what is natural where we actually live. I got really interested in that whenever we did our wedding, and obviously I was interested in what could grow naturally. You can also check with a local florist and just ask them what flowers they have available that they are able to source within, you know, however many miles you're comfortable with. Don't buy flowers that have been imported and have a giant carbon footprint. Try to focus more on local flowers, or don't buy flowers at all if it's something that maybe you don't even value, that you're just doing because it's seen as like what we should be doing. Always come at all of the information I give with that mentality first, that I'm obviously giving advice if you still want flowers, if you still want chocolates, if you still want lingerie. If you don't want any of it, then just don't buy any of it. Then just avoid it altogether. Don't purchase natural diamonds, okay? There are so many issues behind diamond mining in terms of sustainability, because mining is an incredibly destructive thing to do to the environment in general. And then also the way they have to be like processed and manufactured, or whatever you call it, processing a diamond is very energy intensive. Not only that, but there are tons of human rights issues associated with mining, and especially with mining for diamonds. So I know jewelry is something that a lot of people buy for Valentine's Day as a gift, but definitely try to go more towards small businesses who make jewelry. People who use recycled materials, people who use lab-grown diamonds are even more sustainable than, you know, mining them naturally. And also I have a full blog post of sustainable jewelry brands if you want to check that out. But this is pretty simple. Don't buy from brands that are really unsustainable and unethical. Specifically, don't support the diamond mining industry. Support small, maybe even local if you have some, but sustainably made jewelry companies. Now, unless you are under the age of 15 watching this video, I'm going to recommend that you don't buy stuffed animals. I know that was definitely a thing when I was younger. I would want a stuffed animal for Valentine's Day to show it off to my friends, because like, I don't know, whatever that is. Every time I say something like this, someone in the comments will say,
I love stuffed animals and I want them.
Okay, fine. Then like you get your stuffed animals. So many people like ask for things or want things or buy things because they think it's the thing to do, right? Stuffed animals, when you think of Valentine's Day, it's like a teddy bear, a heart with chocolates in it, and a thing of roses. Just all of the things that I think you should be avoiding. I think stuffed animals is one of them. And I wanted to put it in here more specifically because I think there is something you could do that is more sustainable and more ethical, obviously, and just all around better than buying a physical item that inevitably someday will go to waste. I think a cool alternative to this could be adopting an animal for someone. They're not like actually adopting a live animal. Also, don't do that. That should be in the don'ts too. Don't buy live animals. But this is like supporting a nonprofit to support an animal that that person loves, right? So if someone wanted to support an otter in my name, that's my favorite animal. Would love to know what your favorite animal is in the comments. But I just think that's a much more interesting and fun and obviously sustainable, more ethical way to give someone something for Valentine's Day instead of a stuffed animal. Another thing that came to mind is bath products, because I think, at least for when I was gifting things to my mom, and personally for me, like my favorite self-care thing is bathing. I always think of like bubble baths or like bath bombs, but I think there are a ton of them out there that are just like kind of bland and honestly just not gonna give you the best experience. Like most of the bath bombs I've tried that come in those little like plastic wrapped, cling wrap
things
are just not as fulfilling and fun and relaxing really as like a Lush bath bomb. There are actually several sustainable ways to do baths and that sort of stuff. Earth Hero carries a few brands. Lush is having a specifically Valentine's Day launch. And Ethique has really beautiful gift sets that include like shampoo bars, skincare stuff in the shape of heart bars, which is another really cute thing to give. I think a lot of times those generic bath sets are just like very underwhelming for someone you're gifting for. And I think just taking like that little extra step is a lot more meaningful. And I just would like, I wanted to recommend that. I would love to hear what other do's and don'ts you have for sustainable Valentine's Day. Do you even celebrate Valentine's Day? Because I know a lot of people think it's just a consumeristic holiday. I personally think it's fine if you don't buy into all the like things that we've talked about that you shouldn't be doing. I think it's fine to celebrate. I think it's a great day once a year to just dedicate to slowing down and paying attention to your partner. We will be celebrating, like I said, with a bottle of Haus wine. So also if you want to check them out, make sure you use code Shelbizleee to get 15% off of your order. And remember, until next time, you cannot do all the good that the world needs, but the world needs all the good that you can do. Happy Valentine's Day, guys.